Hey y'all, it's Julie with Longhorn Kennels. You can find our puppies on our website at longhornpuppies.com. You can also find us on social media as Longhorn Kennels on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to explain a little bit about OFAs. I get a lot of questions about that. What does that mean? Why is it important? Etc. It's different for every breed, but essentially, OFA, that's Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, they are a group of board certified radiologists, but also it's kind of like a gold standard. Um, and it's the best tool that we have as breeders to be able to understand how to create a healthy dog. So there's lots of ways. I mean, experience is in it. There's stuff you can't test for. You better know your lines. There's recessive genes that don't even show up on genetic panels. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. But OFA is what any reputable breeder will use. A lot of breeders will tell you, well, why would I OFA? Because a dog can still fail. That's true. I mean, but it's kind of like, why do you need car insurance? Well, yeah, you're a good driver, but who knows? Stuff still just happens. You don't want to go to a doctor and be his first operation. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but you want to know that he has experience, that he understands his bloodlines, that he has had some board certified testing. I mean, right? You want to use the guy who probably has some accolades and some experience, but also somebody else has said, hey, that's a good doctor. It's the same concept. So in a miniature American Shepherd, that's an AKC Aussie, they want us to x-ray the hips and elbows, get those certified by the canine radiologist. So there's levels of failure, but ultimately at the end of the day, we're not going to breed anything that's failing. We're going to breed dogs that are passing, and dogs that, we've done this for so many generations, dogs that their grandparents and great-grandparents and so on, they've all passed. Hips and elbows. Also, they want us to take the dog to the canine ophthalmologist. Aussies have a ton of eye problems. I don't know why. It's just the breed. It just is what it is. And we're going to make sure that the canine ophthalmologist has certified their eyes. They have this headlamp microscope thing. They dilate the eyes with drops, just like, when you go or whatever, and they look in there and they just make sure that they are really healthy from a genetic perspective. Also, Aussies have an MDR1 gene. I'm going to go into that in a different video, but the point is that I think, used to be 75% of Aussies carried at least one copy. It's a dominant gene. It's a problem. All of ours are going to be clear. That's Aussies. Poodles, they're different. They have different problems. Toy poodles, that's what we use. In particular, they have patella. 75% of them have luxating patella. That's the back kneecap. And what happens is that back kneecap sits in a groove. And when the groove is it's not very deep, it's very shallow, that kneecap just kind of tends to float. And the dog can get up to 4 grades of luxation. We don't breed dogs with luxating patellas. Most of the toy poodles out there have them, and it's a problem. Also, OFA recommends, so OFA works with AKC and the parent club, Miniature American Shepherd Club of America, to identify, hey, these are the main problems. So in the Aussie, it's hips, elbows, eyes, and then the MDR1 gene. In toy poodles, it's patellas, eyes, and I think PRA is one of the genes that causes progressive retinal atrophy. It causes blindness. But we take it a step further, and we also certify our patellas because we know how bad they can be in toy poodles. We're going to certify them in Aussies, even though it's not even recommended or required, but because we doodle, we want to be sure that we're doing that. And then we also take it a step further and certify everybody's heart. I mean, I feel like you need to see, and you need to walk, and you need to have a heartbeat. I mean, and so we certify that too. For the doodles, Doodle is just, I mean, it's just a made up breed, right? And so there is no recommended health testing, and that's how a lot of breeders get away with a lot of murder. And they just, oh, well, I didn't know, kind of thing, or whatever. But if we have an Aussie Doodle that we're going to be breeding, we're going to go from both sides. So yes, we're going to do hips, elbows, patellas, heart. We're going to do all of it. Everything from the Aussie side, everything from the poodle side, and that's how we're going to certify our dogs. So there isn't anything recommended. There isn't any, oversight or anything like that, but it is the gold standard, and it is the very best way to ensure that you are getting a very healthy dog. So that's how we handle all of our OFAs, and you can call me and ask me more questions. I'm happy to answer. Thanks, y'all.